Elevate Phoenix is a program that works with schools to help at-risk students get their high school diplomas and succeed to post-secondary education. Jasmine Hall is Elevate's development director, and Amanda Covarrubias is the education director of Elevate. Good to have you both here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ted.
You betcha. Jasmine, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
Give me a better definition of Elevate Phoenix.
Ted, I would prefer to ask you a question. When was the last time you had somebody believe in you before you believed in yourself?
All right, I got an answer, but I'm not going to give it. So you go ahead.
Well, that's what we stand for. We believe in our kids and we give them a safe place to have a home. They are finding their belonging. They're finding that they get to be seen with eyes that they never seen the world before. So having education as a foundation and a teacher that believes in them invites them to be a mentor 24/7 to change the trajectory of their lives.
And the idea, Amanda, at-risk students, helping at-risk students graduate from high school. Define an at-risk student.
Well, if I could change it, we like to call them at hope.
That's
right?
fine. You
Kids
go ahead
at
and change
hope.
it.
So kids with multiple cards stacked against them. Kids that maybe come from a one-parent home, kids with maybe an incarcerated parent, maybe foster youth, maybe struggling academically or even socially. So all kids are coming together, taking the things that they think are their deficits, and we're turning them into strengths.
Often, Jasmine, I saw it listed on your website, hard to reach urban areas. What does that mean?
Well, you got to think. The Phoenix Union High School District's got 30,000 students, and we already know the deficit with teachers and the overload of classrooms. So you got a lot of kids who are just falling through the cracks because whether it's if they can't eat at home, they can care less about coming to school. If they don't have no clothes to wear, they're not really thinking about passing a grade. So those kids, they're being left to be shuffled and fall between the cracks and forgotten about, and that's where those graduation rates are dropping at 52%. But when they come into our program, we have a teacher who's a mentor that gets access to these kids 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and really shows that they care as a human level.
How do they get access to you guys? I mean, how does this work? Let's say I'm a student at whatever high school here, and here you come. How do you get into the school? How does it work?
So we have a partnership with Phoenix Union High School. So we have an MOU, a contract that allows our teacher mentors to teach a class called Peer Leadership. It's an accredited elective class. So sometimes students self-select, but a lot of times when we start out of school, we tell the counselors, hey, this is what our program does. Here's the support we bring. Give us the kids. So we target the bottom half of kids. So we know that the top half, they're going to be okay. They have supports. They have some things that are assets. So we tell them, okay, give us these kids. So in that's the primary demographics of our kids is the bottom half. But we also say there's kids that want to be teachers someday, kids that want to give back to their community. So they're already leaders. Give us a sprinkle of those kids, but let's target primarily the bottom half.
Yeah, and sprinkle those kids. They can become mentors themselves, right?
Oh,
Absolutely.
So part of what makes our program so unique is, like I told you, the teachers are an actual teacher in the classroom that the counselors are placing those kids in. But we take our high school kids down to the feeder elementary school kiddos to teach them what they are being taught.
Right.
So we are the mentors, but we're teaching them to be mentors.
And reading and literacy, developing a post-secondary plan. These are big deals with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
You can't have a leader without them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we want to show that they have that opportunity.
But I want to get more to this idea that it's a holistic approach. What does that mean?
So every kid that comes into our high school, that's where the majority of our program happens, right? They take the peer leadership class. They're assigned a teacher mentor. So we co-teach male and female. So if I'm teaching with my co-teacher, I'm responsible for all the females in the classes I teach. He's responsible for all the males. We sit down during a one-on-one, which happens typically during lunch. We buy them a meal. We have a menu. We say, hey, choose your favorite place. Text me your meal choice. We meet with them. We go through a holism wheel. So it's basically covers all aspects of a child, right? So it covers academics, it covers social, it covers emotional, financial, all these different areas. And so through that, we tell the students, hey, rate yourself how you're doing in all these areas.
Yeah.
Then we talk about it in that one-on-one. So they might not be doing too well emotionally. So then we might start there, set up some goals, figure out how we can support them and help them build their own assets.
And you mentioned 24/7 year-round as well?
Year-round.
How does that
Absolutely.
work year-round? I'm 12th, 11th grade, moving on to 12th grade here.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why we have, but it starts at the classroom, like Miss Amanda was talking about, but we earn that right. So they're hanging out with us before class, after school, on the weekends, over the holidays,
In
throughout
the
the
summer.
summers. In the summers, it's actually more busy.
Right.
Because we have all those ways that they're plugging right back into to give. All of our kids are on a lot of the receiving ends, but we show them that they have a lot to give as well. So they get to be a part of our kiddos camps. Or if they're graduating, they come to the college program. And then they participate in our alumni that meets every single month, where they're having access to their mentors as well as being mentored.
And last question, real quickly here. Results, what are you seeing?
So our graduation rates are through the roof.
Yeah.
They far exceed the districts. So I want to say we're at a 98, 99% graduation rate of every high school student that comes through our classroom. So graduation rates, they're attending post-secondary. So 100% of kids are leaving high school with a post-secondary plan. Now, I do want to mention that that's not always college.
Correct.
Sometimes it's workforce, sometimes it's military, sometimes it's a trade program.
Sure,
But
sure.
we do challenge all of our high school seniors to do our college program to give them a taste of college. It's a 5-week summer bridge at South Mountain Community College. We tell them, try it. It's only 5 weeks. If it goes well, great. We'll keep you in the rotation of college, or we'll figure out what's next.
Amanda Covarrubias and Jasmine Hall, a lot of enthusiasm here, a lot of energy. Congratulations on the
Thank
program
you.
and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.